Hello, welcome back. I hope you are all doing well. I want to say thank you for joining me today, joining me in this conversation. If you are new here, I'm Jess, and I talk about spirituality and manifestation and tapping into your own magic every single day. And that truly is like the secret, right? It is the magic, right? Connecting to the magic that you are is the thing that will change your life in the most beautiful and profound ways. So let's get into it today. This week, I have shared already some messages around letting go, surrendering, um, really just like following what's on your heart and not overthinking it. And the message that really wants to come through me today is really along those same lines. I just feel this like deep calling that really it's a calling to share this, but it is this deep feeling of the collective worry that I am feeling right now, that I sense and that I know is going on. It's, the worry that my own clients come to me with, just again, the collective worry that I know is happening. And maybe as you're listening, you're like, yes, I feel this too. I am just constantly overthinking. I'm constantly feeling stressed about something, worried about something. And I want to come on to share this message in hopes that it will help you breathe a little bit, in hopes that it will reduce some of that stress and anxiety and worry, not just because it feels really good when we're not stressed, but also it's not our natural state. Our natural state is joy and peace and ease and abundance. And I believe that when we are feeling worried or stressed or anxious or we're overthinking or we're feeling overwhelmed, right? All of the things, all of the ways in which worry shows up, we really dislike how that feels in our body. It feels heavy. It just feels bad, right? Regardless of the language that you use, you're like, I don't want to feel this way. And then we judge that part of ourselves that feels bad. We judge ourselves for the things that are making us feel bad. So, whatever that worry may be, maybe you're, starting a new business and you're worried about getting it off the ground. Maybe you're, you know, trying to lose weight and stress because you're not losing the weight, stressing yourself out because you're not like showing up and going to the gym to lose the weight, right? We're stressed because we're not doing the things that we say that we want to do or that we think that we need to do to get X result. We're worried that we need X result, right? We're worried that we're worried that we don't have enough money. So we're like so focused on wanting to like manifest more money, where there's so much worry and stress. And really, in this moment, if you're feeling any of this, be so gentle with yourself. Know that you don't have to get caught up in the worry. That really, anytime that we feel these negative emotions, it is always an opportunity to move through those emotions in a way that ultimately serves our highest path forward. So, what does this mean? If this means that our natural state, like when we are living in full alignment, our natural state, again, peace, ease, joy, abundance, happiness, whatever that is for you. And I think it's all of those things, right? I don't think we all just like want one thing. when we're not in that state, when we're feeling something other than that, it is simply an opportunity to reevaluate, to revisit, to look at our life, to look at our routines, to look at our foundations, to look at where am I giving my power away because I'm not living in alignment with the truth of my being, right? And again, this worry, things are going to happen, right? We're going to want things to happen, right? We're going to want to manifest things, and sometimes we're going to feel stressed or worried, and it just isn't necessary, right? So, can you in this moment drop the worry? Can you in this moment, if even if this is such a great practice, even if you can't let go of the worry in this moment, can you stop judging yourself for all of the ways in which you're judging yourself right now? Sometimes we judge ourselves again for feeling stress, like, oh, I just shouldn't feel that way. I have so much. I shouldn't, let this bother me, or right, like all of this noise. And really, what I am hearing and the message that I really want to have come through me is just relax. Can you soften into the knowing that everything is working out for you? Can you just breathe and be present with this moment and with whatever that wants to invite? And what I mean by that is maybe in this moment, as this is, maybe triggering or bringing some things up for you, maybe it's simply an opportunity or an invitation to get curious about what you're really worried about. What's under that? What is that deeper fear? And in that, can you sit with that fear? Emotion only needs about 90 seconds to be fully felt in order to allow that energy to move through us. So this is a practice that I often do when I'm feeling overwhelmed, when I am feeling stressed or anxious. Instead of trying to push through it and push past it and just get over it, stop being overwhelmed, stop being that, right? Like when we're resisting the very emotion, we're giving that emotion more power. It's growing and bubbling up because it simply is looking for an outlet. It is simply looking to be released. And when we don't allow for that release, it just gets heavier and bigger and tighter. And however that feels for you inside of your own body, it's a little bit different for all of us. And the path forward, the path to ease, the path to more abundance, the path to more joy is being okay with sitting in some of the negative emotion. So this is the practice that I do. And I'll use overwhelm because I think that most of Western society can connect to the feeling of overwhelm. I'm a mom of 2 young kids, so I certainly can bring that up really easily and kind of get into that feeling for this exercise. So when I find myself getting really overwhelmed, sorry, my nose is itching here. When I find myself getting really overwhelmed, I don't allow myself to get caught up in the story of the overwhelm because I feel the overwhelm in my body. It feels like I need to breathe. For me, it feels like kind of tight. I feel it in my chest. I feel like, oh my gosh, it kind of feels like there's a weight. So I don't go to the brain. I don't get caught in the looping story of the overwhelm, right? What does that mean? The looping story of the overwhelm looks like, I have to do this. There's not enough time, right? The stories, we're getting kind of all like excited in this emotional state of being overwhelmed. And then we're creating more story. We're perpetuating the loop. So instead, I drop into my body. Okay. I breathe. I breathe, focusing my attention on where I am feeling the overwhelm. Okay. I'm using overwhelm as an example. You do what feels good for you. But I feel the overwhelm in my chest. I'm not overthinking it. I'm just breathing, directing my attention, directing the breath into the space, into the part of my body where I'm feeling this. And then I just breathe. I'm not judging it. I'm not trying to get it to go away. I'm simply just breathing. I'm simply just allowing it to be here. And now a couple things might happen for you. A couple things might come up. Depending on where you are and whatever is meant to arise for you in this moment, because again, there's so much wisdom that we are holding in our body and it's meant to serve you at all times. Once we stop judging, right? Once we stop judging the overwhelm is bad, okay, or feeling frustrated that we're overwhelmed, right? So simply in breathing, that might be enough for you right now. Simply in breathing, that might calm you down and that might be enough to get you to move forward in a way that feels more peaceful. If you have a little bit more time, or if this is something that keeps coming up for you, or you're like, I want to break this pattern of overwhelm, then I invite you, maybe you want to take it a step further. So then this is what I would do. I would just breathe. And then I would simply ask, what is under this? What does this overwhelm want to show me? What does the overwhelm want me to see? Right? I'm getting curious about the overwhelm. Again, I'm not coming at this from a place of judgment. I'm coming at it from a place of curiosity. Because as I do this, as I get really curious and I'm softening into the feeling without judgment, it creates space for something to want to come up and move through me. Okay? And this could be anything. And some days it's very different. Sometimes there's a deeper root thing, right? Like our journeys are all very different. Sometimes it's simply for me, it's this under the overwhelm, there's like a resentment that I'm not prioritizing myself in a way that I want to or need to, right? That's just one example. Sometimes it's a frustration that I feel like I should be doing more and I'm not doing enough or I'm not doing the right things, right? So then you can go a little bit deeper. You can breathe into that. Again, not judging, just getting curious. What does that frustrated part of me want to know? What's under that? What am I, if, why am I afraid to sit with this frustration, right? These are just little questions that you can guide yourself on and use and practice. Really get curious. This will start to release so much of that worry and doubt and tension and stress. If you just give yourself the space to stop judging yourself and connecting with that part of you that knows everything is okay, that knows that you are here to realize and step into your highest potential, that the divine is literally trying to move through you and it is gently and lovingly trying to help you get out of your own way a little bit. And again, I don't mean this in a judgmental or harsh way, right? It's very easy to get in our own way with worry. But in this moment, what I feel again so guided and called to share with you is when you let go a little bit, even just a little, of that worry, and you connect to the divine that is in you, that is always with you, that is supporting you on your highest path. It knows everything that you desire, and it wants you to know that it's okay, that you're on the right path, that it's okay to loosen up your grip a little bit, to surrender a little bit. And this often feels really scary because we are so conditioned in this society in which we live that we have to work really hard, that things don't come easy, right? This programming is super ingrained in the human psyche. But in our like constantly gripping and holding on and pushing so tightly, it's creating the worry. It's moving from a place of lack instead of a place of knowing and trust and abundance and connection to something supporting us that is so much bigger than us, right? We cannot even begin to know or see or understand the ways in which we are being supported. And when we are clinging so tightly to worry, to again, to this idea of like, I need to figure it out, I need to fix it, I need to push through, we are not allowing ourselves to be open to all of the infinite possibilities and ways in which we are being divinely supported and divinely guided. So, can you breathe into that? Can you, again, soften into the knowing that things are going to be okay? Maybe simply just letting yourself go on this like worry rampage, right? Give yourself 2 minutes, 2 minutes to worry. Write them all out. Let the worries just go on. Again, free of judgment, just letting them go and then breathing into that and trusting that it's all going to be okay, that it's all working out for you. And this is a practice. I get it. But truly, truly, the message is you need to let go. The message is you don't have to carry this. You don't have to worry so much. Life is going to happen. And there's beauty in all of it. There is beauty in the natural rhythms and the natural flow of what's going on. And you're constantly being guided to something bigger and better than you ever could imagine. But it's time to let go. It's time to surrender, right? And part of that surrendering is letting go of the worry, right? This doesn't mean that we don't still take action. We don't still do things, but it opens you up to a new way of being and moving and doing, right? How would you move through your day if you were less worried, less stressed, less stuck in overwhelm and overthinking or self-doubt, right? How would you show up for your life? How would you take action on something that you really feel called and want to take action on, right? It is that like worry loop. It is the worry and the doubt and all the things associated with that that are keeping you from really showing up in the way that is going to feel so good to you. I know the worry doesn't feel good, right? And again, it's simply a reminder to come back home to your own power, to your own truth, to your own connection to your soul's inner guidance. Okay? So that is the message that wants to come through today. Again, I know this is a practice. Be gentle on yourself, be gentle with yourself. It takes time. But where can you just breathe a little bit more? Where can you find that connection within? Where can you feel that inner knowing and then radically trust it? Radically take courageous action when it feels aligned, when it feels inspired, even when it feels scary, but you know it's what you need to do, right? Cut the clutter and the noise of worry. And that is when things will start to shift and you'll open up to the synchronicities and abundance and joy and peace and ease and all of the things that you ultimately desire. Even before your manifestations show up, you will simply tap into the feeling that you want. And that alone will feel like the most magical experience to you. So let me know, just confirm in the comments that you're ready to let go of worry, and let us support you. And I hope this message finds you exactly as you need to hear this today. And I hope you have a beautiful day, and I will see you tomorrow.